Going back to 1947, NAREB was founded because African Americans could not be members of NAR, at that time. And so there were a number of local real estate, African American real estate trade associations around the country who decided to come together and form a national organization.
We would be accused of blockbustering, you see, and introducing, I know we had a case in Atlanta where we were charged with introducing some disruptive kind of residents in white areas when we would sell a black person a house in a white neighborhood.
When they opened it up, the women could go in and sell. Most of the men could not. They did have a problem with black men. I think they were still kind of frightened.
To join together black real estate professionals and to fight for the rights of African American homeowners, 12 people founded the National Association of Real Estate Brokers in Tampa, Florida, July 1947. The NAREB developed out of the National Negro Business League, whose founder was educator Booker T. Washington. W.D. Morrison of Detroit was NAREB's first president. The group called itself NAREB and its members realtists, and established its motto in the 1950s, democracy in housing.
It was created because the realtors were calling themselves realtors. No, we couldn't call ourselves. See, the realtors is a trademark. It's patented. We thought realtist was the most appropriate term.
There is nothing better than coming with your brothers and your sisters and sharing in education, sharing ideas, and knowing that you are considered the cream of the crop of minority real estate professionals.
NAREB president from 2007 to 2009, Maria Kong, joins a long line of past presidents who have built on the accomplishments of great leaders before them. Presidents like George Harris, 1953, the only president to serve 3 terms. Q.V. Williamson, 1963, who established NAREB's headquarters in Washington, D.C., a first for any trade association. Albert Johnson, 1987, who with Presidents Williamson and William Hamilton founded NAREB affiliate RIMBY, the Real Estate Management Brokers Institute. President Tom Holmes, 1985, opened brand new doors for NAREB in the nation's capital. And Evelyn Reeves, in 1989, became NAREB's first woman president.
It's really a family, and it's a family of opportunity. It's a family of education. It'll open your eyes to anything you want to do. NAREB really let me do. I could do and be the best of whatever I wanted to do. That's really what it was.
Because you are the key. Not only are you out there interacting and making these homeownership possibilities happen, and I know what your goals are.
Gaining access to power, NAREB led the fight for fair housing in America and would change the race game forever for black homeowners and real estate professionals. NAREB, more than any other group, pushed for the Fair Housing Act of 1968. The groundbreaking legislation did away with legal barriers to blacks moving into white neighborhoods, and the law made it illegal to discriminate against black real estate professionals. NAREB's Atlanta board, the Empire Board of Realtists, won a landmark lawsuit filed in the 1980s that went all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. The ruling made it illegal for the Multiple Listing Service, or MLS, to require agents be a member of the National Association of Realtors, or NAR, to use the MLS advertising service. Realtists and any other qualified agent were now able to join.
Each time it seems that we eradicate one issue, another one pops up. And so we continue to have to be advocates for our people and for these communities. And of course, it goes beyond just advocating for our people, because generally, when we are successful in knocking down many of these barriers that exist, everybody benefits from it.
NAREB leaders work with the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD, as NAREB formed its own affiliates, among them the National Society of Real Estate Appraisers, the Real Estate Management Brokers Institute, and the National Investment Division. NAREB's relationship with HUD has secured contracts for Black appraisers, property managers, and counselors. Through its affiliates, NAREB for years has trained realtists in these professions. And through its decades-old University of Real Estate, NAREB keeps them certified and up to date.
So we have fought for democracy in housing throughout the years, in all aspects of housing, not only just residences, but we want to participate in the marketing, the sale, the construction, the financing, and even government service that relate to housing.
NAREB worked with the housing agencies Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to get realtists certified to sell REOs, or bank-owned properties, for the first time. And NAREB partnered with lending institutions like Chase Home Loans and many others over the years to open doors for realtists and homeowners.
As we face the housing challenges of today, we must also take a step back and reflect on the milestones that have been achieved. NAREB, the nation's oldest trade association, has played an important leadership role in driving and helping to shape fair housing standards for the mortgage industry. They have also been a strong advocate on behalf of the African American community on issues that affect them and realtists.
A virtual collapse of the housing market in the late 2000s demonstrated the relevance of NAREB today in the 21st century. Well before it was mainstream news, NAREB spoke out against predatory lending and foresaw the housing crisis. The National Association of Real Estate Brokers' #1 goal remains democracy in housing. For NAREB, that means removing the barriers for African Americans to reach the dream of home ownership and making sure there are opportunities for Black real estate professionals to soar as high as their ambitions.
So we have impacted the whole country in helping those who are disenfranchised, who are hurting. We have become counselors, we have held their hands. We have become almost everything to the people in our communities today. And that's what we do. That's what we have done for years.